Okay, hello, my wonderfuls. So they have surprised us by dropping a new MV or a pre-release for their home first full-length album. I did translate the title to like make sure that I knew what it was, but apparently it's like knock knock knock, which again makes sense with we have always known them from the beginning to like have started off like their songs or whenever they debut they'd start off the first song with the knock at the door because that's the most iconic part of their branding and everything like that. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and watch the MV. Oh, this is like a reference to like Tom and Jerry there because of the oh! Oh, the cat chasing the mouse. Oh! Hey! Ooh! Hey! Whoa! Like the key basically unlocking there. Oh my god, 야 미쳤나봐. Yeah, Jay, this is going up! Hey, oh the kick. Woo! Hey! The car keeps hitting it. Ooh, they all look good. Hey, hey. Ooh. Oh, not the multilingualness. Woo! Not this popping up here, like, I did not need that there. Oh, the wolf coming out. It ended how it started. Wow. That was insane! Oh my god. It's a lot of like I feel like it makes sense that they haven't done this type of style yet. I would say like it's what's come close to it. I would say is probably either obviously Dangerous from the 1999 album or probably like maybe like Bathroom a little bit. Bathroom is kind of coming close to this type of genre as well. But I'm not surprised because again, knowing who their PD and who the CEO of KOZ is Zico. So this is definitely something that Zico, like sounds like Zico would do. But also a lot of like, I would say like, you know, Cortis has been doing this sound as well, like, cause that's what they've been known for from the beginning of their debut. Obviously I was gonna say, a lot of the, old, like not old, a lot of the like, what's it called? The recent album for BTS has also kind of had this same kind of vibe, but it's just surprising because like again, I was not expecting them to drop an MV. I think none of us were expecting it. Honestly, it was like a whole surprise, but I guess it's the whole point of it being called Duk Duk or Knock 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 because they're like, oh, we're supposed to be catching you off guard and by surprise, but we're not just we're doing that, but we're also basically essentially like trying to like shock you because this is a whole different like vibe from them. Like they definitely went a lot harder than anything we've seen them do. And oh my god, I'm screaming because like y'all know, like I have mentioned it several times. Y'all are probably sick of hearing me saying it, but Jaehyun has been coming for me for like since the action era. So him with like specifically in this era, like whatever era is coming from this, like if anything else of the album sounds similar to this, or I don't know, maybe they might. They don't think they will. They probably do multiple different types of genres because that's staying within their brand as well. But good lord, like he was attacking me because it's definitely giving a little bit of like that YG like edginess here and there, which again we all know that Jaehyun was a trainee there previously, so like that makes sense, and that's how, you know, after he left from there, like he definitely brought a little bit of that influence, I would say, into BOYNEXTDOOR. And again, also like with Zico being their PD and their CEO, and him having been in Block B, like, and them being known to like have like that hip hop like vibe, and also again that's something that the members of BOYNEXTDOOR have always been kind of influenced by, so it's not a big surprise. But I was just like totally blown away because I was not expecting the song to go that hard as it did. And then for the visuals of it all, like again, they looked really, really more on the stronger side. So that's definitely us seeing them in a completely different light than we already have seen them. Like, because we have known them to like be monsters when it comes to like performance wise, like the energy and like the like how much they go all out. So wow, like the dance and everything too, like the choreo is very like different style that we've seen from them, very much more like hip hop based, like more like stronger, like for sure. So I was like so I'm like, this is definitely like making me so excited to see what they come out with for like the rest of the album. Obviously I'm gonna rewatch it again because like I was like so much in shock that I was like trying to take everything in. But overall, like you could definitely see like how much they've grown from like, this is completely like different, like a whole 180 if you're like thinking about debut era, which again I know there was like a whole like topic that people were like maybe like recently, not recently, but like maybe like a year or so ago, people were like, I've had been seeing some people like talking about how they kind of wish they would have stayed in that realm of that era, and they felt like they kind of like, again, quote unquote, like lost like that vibe as the like comebacks went by. And then we also like we also heard them talk about it in their second like podcast episode for What Door, where they were talking about like how people were very surprised and were kind of shocked by the Tamolkata like sometimes era, because we were just like, oh, like that's so different from what y'all started with, like what why is it all of a sudden changing? And I'm just like, that's the whole point of a group, y'all. Like they obviously, like some groups can stay within the same like genre, and it can work, yeah, 100%. Like you can be known for that, but if you don't want to limit yourself as an artist, you definitely want to try like new things every now and then, and like try to work on yourself so you can grow as an artist and grow as a group. And that's definitely what BOYNEXTDOOR has been known from doing since that first like pivotal change, which again from the Who album to the Y album. So yeah, and then it's just seen them grow from then on out, and like how much different types of songs, different types of vibes we've seen them concepts like wise, and it's just a part of who they are essentially. So, but I'm blown away. I'm essentially blown away because everyone sounded great. I mean, it was more so of, again, like more of like a definitely stronger like hip hop vibes. And obviously, like whenever I think of like the hip hop vibes, sometimes I'd be like, I wouldn't picture essentially Sungho or Lihan in my opinion, like just because they always give me a different type of vibe. But they still, they honestly like blend in so well, and like they killed it. Like honestly, like really, really like were able to have that, like what's it called, embody the vibe and go a little bit stronger too. So that's essentially what I'm saying, like how, you know, some of them you might expect them a certain way, but then they completely surprise you. So, but yeah, I'm gonna watch it again because that was insane. Again, I was gonna say, like, I said it's like, was this referencing like Tom and Jerry, because again we know they did that celebratory like anniversary like song for them. So I'm like, oh, is this supposed to be like them also nodding to that, because it is like they're in like they're throwing back to like maybe different time, like different types of the different eras of theirs, and also just like again because it goes hand in hand with like a house and that, like that, especially with like how they started off with the that era, like the Who era of them kind of like being like essentially the BOYNEXTDOOR, like the whole like kind of sitcom thing, so that, you know, obviously Tom and Jerry is like somewhat like a comedy, like sitcom-y kind of vibe. So I guess maybe that's what this was. I don't know, but yeah. Also the cat. Oh my god, he looks so good. Also, you hear the doorbell in the background of the beat. Woo! Whoa! Like, whoa. Like, woo! Also, was that a carton of milk falling? Woo! Like, the choreo, everything, I'm like dying. Like, I like how that's like, again, I keep unlocking the door. He looks so crazy, insane, and oh, there's like money dropping from the, oh, woo, that kick. Oh. Like, damn, okay. That also sounds like a doorbell, like, ringing or something. Woo! Oh, you know what it is? Dare. How? Woo! I love that they referenced every single album in this song. Like, again, they're going back to like their roots, or not roots, but like basically like saying how far they come. Again, that's basically the emphasis of why they are doing that and adding the like the each title of every album that has come out so far. And I will say also, now it makes sense, because, you know, they did say King of the Jungle, and we all know that's what Coast stands for, but that's why they essentially are now at the very end, because, you know, we start off with that house and then it explodes. So basically saying like, though, oh, we have broken out of that mold of where we first started off, and now like you don't know where we're gonna go. And then for it to like end in this more urban kind of like city is, again, like that's what the whole point of the King, like the whole jungle is like vibe, because that's what they usually call like, or I don't know if it's them or like it's just what I'm thinking of, like you call that like the urban jungle is what I'm thinking. So like, you know how I think they call that I think what they call New York essentially, or like maybe any city that's like really busy and like bustling with people and like attention and like very like kind of like grimy, or like, you know, kind of quote unquote like in a way like unclean, because that's kind of what like a lot of like now NYC like is like probably one of the like most like quote unquote like unclean like cities, because, you know, there's just so much going on and like so busy, like so much pollution like from all the like countless like cars passing through. So I'm just like, oh, it's kind of like also a reference to that, of where they started off with like the house, right, and then they have moved on to, again, more of this like urban like hip hop kind of feel, and that's what they're trying to transition through the MV as well. And it was interesting seeing, like, again, there was like, I didn't notice that the first time around, where you saw like the money kind of falling everywhere. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like a reference of like, again, it could be like a reference to, you know, how much, you know, buzz they've gotten to the point where like it's gotten to like that point of like how much they have like made, or like, you know, or in terms of like, you know, or just it could be just like the hip hop vibes again too, because, you know, there are always like things of like money and stuff like that. But then I'm also wondering like, what are the like masked figures supposed to represent? Because they keep following or trying to like attack them. Like, so I'm wondering, is that supposed to like represent like haters essentially? Because like I mentioned before, like a lot of people were kind of questioning their direction that they have kind of straight, quote unquote, straight off so far off from what they first started with. But again, like if you're an artist, you have to like change it up every now and then. You can't stay in the same box, the same mold, because you know it gets tiring for not just like themselves because they feel like they have to stay within that certain realm, but as a person, like as a fan or as an active like quote unquote like consumer of like music, you want to see new things. You want to be like enticed by like different visuals, different types of like sounds. If you were really like really into music, like super like into that, like analyzing stuff like that, you know. So I think maybe that they're essentially like that's what that's supposed to be, is like them basically like they're coming for them essentially and trying to tear them down. But it's a whole battle within. It could be a battle with them, or it could be an internal battle with themselves. But then you ultimately see them every time they like at the very end start to come for them, they get hit by a car, and I'm just like, oh shit, like that's kind of crazy, but also kind of like makes sense. Like you don't, if you, like I said, if you have so many haters, especially if you're in the limelight, in the spotlight a lot as a idol group, you just like want to zone it all out. You like, you don't like, they don't matter. So basically like saying like that's how it's getting zoned out essentially, is that they're getting hit by like a car or whatever. So that's why they don't hear any of like the criticism or like that feedback, you know. Maybe essentially that could be what it is. But you could probably go, I could probably watch it again and like notice even new stuff, but that's where I'm thinking of as well. And then the cats, again, very much reminding me of like what's it called, Tom and Jerry, because like we saw like the mouse like kind of unbothered, kind of like just minding its own business, and then you see like the cat on the couch with Jaehyun at the very beginning, and then you see the mouse like or the rat start to like go somewhere else within like Leehan's like part, and it's like climbing over whatever that was. Like, is it like a mountain or something? Like, what is this? Like a brick wall or something? Like it left. I guess it's supposed to be like a taxidermy like thing is probably what it is. And then you see like someone breaking down like the walls essentially. So again, that's probably them talking about how like they're breaking like the boundaries of themselves as a group and who they are and what genre, what style of music they want to try. And like they keep doing that. They keep breaking those boundaries, I would say. But yeah, I don't know if you see it anywhere else like the mouse, but until like the ending. But you do see them like kind of like falling like different places, like off of like walls or stuff like that. See, like this could also like represent like the spotlight and how like maybe money can sometimes change people, but maybe they're trying to like stay grounded and not, you know, let it affect them that much. And like obviously like, you know, if you make money, like that's great, you know, like that means like you're doing something right and like you're successful. But again, like try to stay grounded, try to stay humble. So maybe that's what they're trying to say, like how they're not really like, yeah, they're like not really like paying attention to, like they could have been a scene of them like trying to scramble for it, but there's like people all around them and they're in the center of the spotlight and he's not even paying attention to the money, you know. But I'm like trying to look for the rat again. But yeah, you see like how they're all in a different part of like the city. But yeah, there's like a bunch of cats. Woof. Essentially like a cat fight, yeah. And the mouse or the rat. Oh, what was that? There's something on the floor. Is that them like rescuing why is there like is that a panda with a mandu on something? Interesting. But yeah, they look like they're like are they supposed to be saying like there's like a little something here too. There's like little figures on the floor. I wonder what those are supposed to represent. Like a lucky cat maybe? When there's also that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what I'm trying to do. Until it gets to like the cheese maybe? Yeah. Whew. But now there's like a mouse, a wolf. Yeah, the visual, and there's a horse and like see like the mouse ends up being like, or the rat ends up being undisturbed or unbothered by the end. I don't know what you could say with that, like, because I know like don't they, well no, I think they say that about like don't like usually whenever they reference like the end of the world, don't they say that the only thing that like usually survives are what's it called, are like cockroaches and stuff like that, or like I don't know if like rats necessarily survive, but you do see it a lot in references a lot in like the end of the world kind of movie stuff like that, where you see like just like vermin and like insects and stuff like that that are able to survive within like the destruction. So maybe that's what they're trying to reference, saying that like aside from like everything that might be like crumbling around them or like it's coming for them, that they're still gonna end up essentially like surviving it all. Maybe I don't know, like I said, there's gonna be so many things you like go into detail with like analyzing it, because there's just so many like visuals at the, and then there's like that horse at the end too. Like I guess you could say like, isn't there like a whole, there's like a whole like phrase or like something having to do with like steady the horse that like wins the, like that, something about like a race, you know? So maybe that could be also what that reference is. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could probably go into detail with, like in terms of like trying to analyze every bit, which I'm sure a lot of the Wondors or the fandom will probably dissect this bit by bit, because that's just kind of like what fandoms do. And I try to do it here and there, especially again when it's like one of my when it's a favorite group of mine. Like I get so invested in like what the meaning is that they're trying to exactly say. So that's why I kind of made this a little bit longer than it needed to. But I just found it so interesting how they also went with completely black and white until you get towards like the ending, but it's still very like monochromatic, very like, again, very like gray and in between, like the like in between, you know, vibes. So I don't know, but I think that's where I'm gonna end. And this is only like a less than 3 minute video, 3 minute MV. So I'm just like, that's even crazy that you can probably watch it so many times and get so many different references and stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and yeah, I am really excited to see because I did see that, obviously we know that there, I mentioned it in my Fun Next Door episode, which I haven't dropped yet. I think it was like episode 3 or episode 2 that I think it was episode 3 maybe, that I was like, oh yeah, I saw that they, you know, announced that their comebacks in June. I'm just like, I'm gonna be so busy June, because like another group of mine's gonna be debuting, or not debuting, it's gonna be having a comeback as well. So I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna be very busy. But yeah, so either way, I'm really excited to see like what other genres, what other types of like sound they try to experiment with this time, because at this point, like, I don't know what to expect, especially after hearing this song. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.